Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. 2025 Tennis Predictions: Murray and Djokovic's epic triumphs as Zverev stuns Alcaraz. Tennis never sleeps. The 2025 season is already underway, with the first tournaments of the calendar kicking off in December. The likes of Jannik Sinner and Aryna Sabalenka will be looking to build on their success from 2024, while Novak Djokovic will be hoping to prove he can still win majors. Ahead of the new season, the Express Sport team have had their say on who will win the biggest titles on the calendar. Some are backing Andy Murray to have a successful stint as Djokovic's coach, while Iga Swiatek is primed to continue her dominance at the French Open. Australian Open champions Yasmin Said, Jannik Sinner, and Aryna Sabalenka will defend their titles. Both have been hard at work in the Middle East during the off-season. The Italian will continue to look unstoppable early in 2025, while Sabalenka has cemented herself as the woman to beat on hard courts and will go for a three-peat in Melbourne. Neil Leclerc. Jannik Sinner won the US Open just after the announcement of his failed drug test and will retain his Australian Open title despite still risking a ban. Fellow World No. 1 Aryna Sabalenka, who won in New York, will dominate women's tennis in 2025 and will start by completing a hat-trick of titles down under. Charlie Gordon. Alexander Zverev, finished last season strongly, has reached the semifinals in Melbourne twice before and is due a Grand Slam win. Aryna Sabalenka, gunning for a third Australian Open on the trot, and has all the momentum over Iga Swiatek. Jack McEachin. Novak Djokovic, the 24-time major winner, stopped Andy Murray from winning a handful of Australian Open titles, and with the Brit by his side, two Melbourne specialists will take some beating. Aryna Sabalenka. Sabalenka has proven to be the dominant force down under, and had she not picked up illnesses and injuries at Wimbledon and Roland Garros, could have added to her two Grand Slam titles in 2024. Michael Mackenzie. Novak Djokovic, this is his second home. You can never write off Djokovic in Melbourne, and the Rod Laver Arena is his court. It has won here 10 times, and now he has one of the best strategists in his corner in Andy Murray. Aryna Sabalenka, I'm going to have to go with the obvious answer here. She has won it 2 years in a row and looks unstoppable on hard courts. French Open champions YS. Carlos Alcaraz won in 2024 with barely any clay court warm-ups and will retain his crown in 2025 when he's had better preparation. Iga Swiatek will remain the queen of Roland Garros and win her fourth in a row. NM. With Rafa Nadal now retired, reigning champion Carlos Alcaraz is his heir apparent at Roland Garros. Iga Swiatek. The Pole has won 4 of the last 5 French Opens, and despite the controversy surrounding her drug ban, is still the best clay court player. TG. Novak Djokovic, not lost at Roland Garros since May 2022, and has a psychological advantage over Carlos Alcaraz after his Olympics win. Iga Swiatek. She's won 4 of the last 5 French Open titles, and her doping drama will have blown over by May. JM. Carlos Alcaraz. Following in his idol Rafael Nadal's footsteps, the Spanish star will take some stopping on the Parisian clay as he guns for back-to-back wins. Iga Swiatek. Criticisms have been made of Swiatek outside of France, but make no mistake, the world know. One has 4 titles to her name for a reason. Jannik Sinner. To be honest, I did this prediction last and realized I hadn't given Sinner a Grand Slam. He will win one that's not on hard courts, and I reckon clay before grass. Iga Swiatek, the champion in 2020, 2022, 2023, 2024. No other explanation needed. Wimbledon champions? YS. Novak Djokovic is hungry for his 25th slam and will want revenge after finishing runner-up the last 2 years. Plus, his challengers aren't as strong on grass. Alina Rybakina will finally get her second major title with Goran Ivanisevic in her corner. He knows a thing or two about winning Wimbledon. NM. Novak Djokovic will secure his record-breaking 25th Grand Slam singles title and his 8th Wimbledon title with the help of his coach Andy Murray. Aryna Sabalenka has reached the semifinals in her last 2 Wimbledon appearances and will make the breakthrough in the grass court Grand Slam this year. TG. Jannik Sinner. Alcaraz was immense in 2023 and 2024, and Djokovic will be there or thereabouts, but world no. One Sinner will be desperate to add this one to his collection. Alina Rybakina. Notoriously tricky to predict, but Rybakina has an excellent record at Wimbledon, and will be hard to beat again. Sinner's doping controversy could cloud the beginning of his 2025 season, but the Italian won't stay down for too long and may enjoy a tremendous second half of the campaign. Coco Gauff. The 2024 draw was Gauff's for the taking, only for the American to go down to compatriot Emma Navarro. She is in determined form, however, and will be desperate to make amends in Festo 19. Carlos Alcaraz. It would be a dream to see Murray help Djokovic win the title at Wimbledon, but I'm a realist. I'll be surprised if Djokovic isn't injured by the summer. Alcaraz will make it a hat trick of successive trophies. Karolina Pliskova. I made a mistake last year by not backing a random sec player for the title. I won't get burned twice. Vondrousova and Krejcikova have lifted the Venus Rosewater dish the past 2 years. There must be something in the water over there, probably grass. U.S. Open champions. YS. Carlos Alcaraz will figure out how to get over his mid to late season drop-offs and reclaim the trophy in Flushing Meadows. Coco Gauff's consistency will pay off, and she'll win her home Grand Slam tournament again. Carlos Alcaraz, who reached the Olympic final and suffered a shock second-round defeat to Dutchman Botic van de Zandschulp this year, but will reclaim the title he won in 2022. Aryna Sabalenka will blast her way to her third Grand Slam singles title of the year by retaining her New York crown. TG. Carlos Alcaraz. Hard to look past Alcaraz or Sinner at Flushing Meadows. Stamina will be a key requirement towards the end of another long season, and Alcaraz is like a Duracell bunny. Coco Gauff. Another year older, stronger, and more experienced, Gauff is bound to bag more Grand Slam glory at some point in 2025, and we're better than on home turf. Jannik Sinner. Sinner's biggest competition on the hard courts remains Djokovic, and whether he will still be in peak shape at Flushing Meadows remains to be seen. Sinner will be aiming for back-to-back wins. Alina Rybakina. A full season alongside Goran Ivanisevic will do wonders for Rybakina, and she could well peak in September for her second slam win. Alexander Zverev. The U.S. Open has had 10 different winners in the past 16 years. Players are exhausted or injured by the time the final Grand Slam comes around. It will be Zverev's best chance to break his duck. Alina Rybakina. There is no competition for her on hard courts. Breakthrough player ranked outside the top 70 YS. Joao Fonseca would have been a safe bet even if he didn't win the next-gen finals. Now he seems nailed on to break through in 2025. He was a sparring partner for with the likes of Sinner and Alcaraz when he was just 17 and will take his experience to the Pro Tour. Jacob Fernley. The Scot climbed into the world's top 100 last season after starting the year at 646 and can go higher in 2025. Lulu Sun. Slightly cheating as the Kiwi left-hander is already up to World No. 40 after beating Jane Kinwin and Emma Raducanu at Wimbledon on her way to the quarterfinals. TG. Joao Fonseca. The Brazilian, ranked just inside the world's top 150, is showing great promise, and he doesn't turn 19 until August. Nishesh Passavareddy, currently World No. 138 after securing his first AT Tour win in the next-gen finals against Shang Junqing. The 19-year-old American starred at Stanford University and won 2 challenger titles in 2024, earning a place at the Australian Open. He has tremendous energy and models his game after Alcaraz, certainly one to watch. Luca Van Ascht. The 20-year-old is ranked No. 128 in the world and reached the semifinals of the next-gen finals, losing to the eventual champion. He makes very comfortable on clay, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up a large chunk of points on the red dirt, where no man has managed to dominate since Rafael Nadal dropped off. Biggest disappointment? YS. Grigor Dimitrov has enjoyed a resurgence over the last 18 months, but as the young stars continue to rise and as he gets older, he will struggle to defend all of his ranking points and keep up. Stefanos Tsitsipas. The Greek suffered 2 early defeats in the final 2 majors of the year to fall out of the top 10. Jasmine Paolini. The Italian reached 2 Grand Slam finals in 2024, but will struggle to emulate Daniil Medvedev. It could be a tough year for the Russian, with the gap between himself, Carlos Alcaraz, and Jannik Sinner getting steadily wider. Daniil Medvedev. Medvedev sits at World No. 5 after reaching the latter stages of each Grand Slam in 2024. But failed to win a title in the season for the first time since 2017. He went 1-8 against Alcaraz and Sinner combined, and the younger generation of stars are proving difficult to overcome for the Russian. It would be a surprise if Medvedev added to his sole major title. Taylor Fritz. The only way is down now for the world no 4. He can't surpass Sinner, Zverev or Alcaraz, and will have Djokovic hot on his tail. He has a lot of points at risk at the Grand Slams. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and share.